Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models are in action here. This time we come to Barbersville, Florida for the Volusia Speedway Park on the second round of the series. Up first is the Super Late Models, then we'll go to the 360 Wing Sprint Cars. So a double header here tonight to kick off round number 2. Big thanks to the Australian Speedway League for giving Ultimate Dirt TV the chance to broadcast these races. Some of Australia's best on hand for tonight's Super Late Models and also 360 Wing Sprint Cars. In about 4 weeks' time, I believe we also have the 1RC Midgets as well over the next 12 weeks. Next week we are off. We are not racing next week, but we will resume after tonight. We'll resume the action on July the 18th, I believe it is. Just so you know, we're not streaming to YouTube just yet. We're waiting on a graphics card to come in the mail later this week. Once we get that, then we can have 2 streams going up. We'll have one on YouTube and one on Facebook. You can check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit the subscribe button, doesn't cost you a cent. In fact, all of our videos that we do here on Ultimate Dirt TV get uploaded to YouTube, so you can rewatch them back on YouTube if you like, or you can come back to the Facebook page, facebook.com/Ultimate Dirt TV, and rewatch all the action, rewatch any past broadcasts that we've done as well. Once again, big thanks to WP Concreting for coming on board for the naming rights sponsors for the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. The 1RC Midgets as well. Like I said, they'll be back in, they'll start their campaign I think in about 3 or 4 weeks time. And the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models. Big shout out to Colby's Eye Paint as well for the naming rights sponsor for the rest of the season for the instant replay. So all instant replays are brought to you by Colby's Eye Paints. And we'll also be having our SETI Group Holdings starting grid and finishing results, so you can check SETI Group Holdings on the web at www.seti.com. Also check out Wicked Cushion, wickedcushion.com as well. So big thanks to Matthew from Wicked Cushion and also SETI Group Holdings. We've got just about 20 seconds left in the practice session at the moment. We'll have a look at the top 5 on the bottom of your screen. In fact, we've got the top 10 on the top left. So your top 10 right there: Bob King, Cameron Taylor, Joel Berkeley, Lewis Hewitt, James Rice, Dale Grother, Lachlan Smith, Shannon Jordan, Zach Masters, and Jock Goodyear round out the top 10. But he's not qualifying, but qualifying will be up, as you can see the checkered flag right now. So it'll be 2 laps of practice, each driver having 2 laps. Or 3 minutes. So let's go, let's get after it. Let's try and find some drivers who are on the racetrack right now. In the Synergy Sim Racing Trackstar Racewear BK Designs Speedway Shop Newlon car number 51, it is Bob King. First lap for Bob King this time by in the 51. First lap is going to be a 16.206. Trent Gosling, the Transport Equipment Hire, Pop car number 07 as well. Harry Edwards, second quick at the moment with a 16.321. First lap for Trent Gosling, a 16.468. Go through the field here. James Robbie in the Gavin Sadler Racing Toyota car number 41, sitting 13th quick at the moment. Bob King still number 1 with a 16.206. Shannon Jordan jumps to position 2 with a 16.279. Lewis Hewitt on the racetrack in the TTL Esports. Down under graphics / media Speedway footage by Designs. 3, we've got James Rice, Joel Berkeley on the racetrack as well. Callan Arthur, Dale Jordison, position 9. Brenton Hobson jumps to the top 10. Gets bumped back as Cam Taylor goes quick time with a 16.158. James Rice, first lap. And he gets the green flag that time by Joel Berkeley on the gas as well. Lap 1 for James Rice. With a 16.421, position number 6. Joel Berkeley coming back out onto the racetrack. See what Rice can do on lap number 2. A little tight off corner exit number 4. Lap 2 is slower. We look at last week's feature winner in the 9 car, Joel Berkeley. And it is a 16.124. He needs 1 lap and 1 lap only, and he goes quick time. As there it is, qualifying done and dusted. Officially 36 cars had taken a lap time. Well done to Joel Berkeley with a 16.124. And he will start on the pole for heat race number 1. We'll have 4 heat races here this evening. I believe it'll be the top 4 that go through to the main event. Okay, I'll get confirmation on that one. I will double check that. So waiting for the cars to get on the racetrack, and we'll have your grids for heat race number 1. 10 laps, top 4 transfer. We'll have 2 B mains, and the top 2 from those B mains will transfer into the main event. A 20 car field for tonight's round number 2 of the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models. Let us know if the sounds are okay. So in car number 9, Joel Berkeley will start on pole to his outside in the 66. It's Harry Edwards. At a position 3, in car number 3, driving the TT Elite Sports, it's Lewis Hewitt to the outside. In car number 99, at a position number 4, it's Dale Jordison. At a position 5, in car number 71, in the Gavin Sadler Racing Toyota entry, it is Gavin Sadler to his outside, the number 12 of Jock Goodyear. At a position 7, in car number 21, it's Troy Price lining up alongside the 61 of Bryce Kenyon. And our 5th row for heat race number 1 in car number 75, Zach Calderwood will start on the inside, and on the outside in car 37, it's Ricky Sanders. Heat 1 of the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models here at Volusia Speedway Park. After the great racing and a great race we've seen last week at Eldora, let's hope that we're going to have another great night of racing here at Volusia. Cannot go until the green flag drops.
Green.
Right then, the BS will stop and green flag is out. We're underway. Heat race number 1. Hewitt got a great start from the inside of the 2nd row. Now moves into position number 2. Edwards trying to fight back on the outside. He slots back into position number 3. You go back to the 99 of Dale Jordison, Goodyear and Sadler side by side. In 3 and 4, Jordison on the inside. He's now got Goodyear working to his outside in turns number 1 and 2. Edwards riding in position 3. Goodyear after starting 6 is now up in position number 4. Jordison a little tight on the low side in turns 3 and 4. Berkeley continuing to lead the opening couple laps here at Volusia. Edwards, a solid effort so far in position number 3, looking to transfer into the main event. And right at top 4. Goes straight on through. 5th on back, we'll be fighting inside of 2 B mains. Jordison, a new member of the Gavin Sadler Racing stable in the 99, making the debut in that car tonight. He's got his team owner and teammate on the inside, the 71 of Sadler. Now looking to pick up position number 5. Both drivers out of a transfer spot at the moment. as they look to try and race their way back in, but they're probably good to 3/4 of a straightaway behind that 4th place car. Jock Goodyear now looking to the inside on Harry Edwards. Can't make the move off turn 4. Edwards through the middle in turns 1 and 2, right through the slick stuff. Goodyear follows him down the back straight away. Goodyear trying to go to the top side in 3 and 4. Edwards making Goodyear go the long way around. Already past halfway home. 6 down, 4 to go. Berkeley continues to lead from Hewitt and Edwards in 3rd. He's breaking up his TTL podium lockout here in heat race number 1, but Goodyear now on the inside, side by side. Oh, there was a little contact. Edwards into the wall a little bit. Manages to get it back going. A mile to go here on the opening heat race of the night. Still, it's Jordison and Sadler side by side for 5th and 6th at the moment. 1.5 to go for your leader, Berkeley, but the battle on screen, the 99 of Jordison and Sadler on the outside. Sadler's got the momentum on the top side of the racetrack. Let's take a look. The white flag is out for heat race number 1. Berkeley keeping the car nice and straight. Getting that cushion on the entry to turn number 3, and on the top of the racetrack, he gets the checkered flag. Heat 1 belongs to Berkeley. Hewitt 2nd, Goodyear in 3rd, Edwards in 4th. We'll see those drivers in the main event. We go back to Sadler, Jordison, Bryce Kenyon, Troy Price, Zach Calderwood, and Ricky Sanders round out the top 10 here in heat race number 1. Heat number 2, waiting for the cars to get onto the racetrack. See the guys run the middle, and then they work their way up to the top of the racetrack. Big ledge going into turns 1 and 3. So these drivers are trying to get their right rear. They drive onto the ledge and then they drive off it. And it's almost like they've been shot out of a cannon. Heat 2, and it's the 6 of Cam Taylor who will start on pole. To his outside in car number 24, it's Dale Grother. At a position 3, it's the 911 of Lachlan Smith, and at a position 4, it's the 113 of Brenton West. At a position 5 in car number 91, it's Jared Steen. Starting out of position number 6 in the 27, it's Kane Blair. At a position number 7, car number 33 of Aaron Humble. To his outside in the 57, it's Anthony Bland. At a position 9 in car number 17, it's Thomas Hunter. And starting out of position number 10 in car number 11, it's Josh Harm. Last week's runner-up at Eldora starts position 10. So watch for that 11 to make his way through the field. We'll have another 10 laps on the board, the pace truck with the lights off, and we'll go green out of turn number 4. So a reminder, in about 50 minutes to an hour's time, we'll have the WP Concrete 360 sprint cars in action. First, we're going to get through the super late models. Green flag is out. Heat race number 2. We're underway. Cam Taylor with a good start on the inside, and like we've seen in heat number 1, the inside on the second row getting a good start. That's Lachlan Smith, but well, Grother running the middle out of turn number 2. And Smith down low into 3 and 4. Grother gets a horrible push on that 24 machine. You see the left front hiking up in the air. He holds 3rd spot at the moment. 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. You've got Humble, Bland, and Steen fighting it out for 5th, 6th, and 7th at the moment. You throw in the 27 of Kane Blair as he tries to throw his name into the mix here as well. Josh Harm having an awful night, unfortunately, in that number 11 machine. Still in 10th position on the racetrack. I believe he had some sort of connection issues at the start of the night, so hopefully he can get those figured out. You're watching the 91 of Steen on screen. The top 3 all spread out. Synergy Sim Racing hold 1st and 2nd. Cam Taylor in the 6th. Lachlan Smith in 2nd. Dale Grother 3rd, and Brenton West in the plain red car. That's the big red car in the 113. Holding down that fourth and final transfer spot. The 9 of Steen, the 91, sorry, of Steen in fifth spot. Right on the top of the racetrack. You got West, who's in fourth, just in front of him, right on the bottom side. That will be the fourth and final transfer spot that is up for grabs tonight. And Steen getting really close to the back of Brenton West in the 113. Now he pulls to the outside. He makes the pass down the back straight away. Steen's got some pace. Here comes West back on the inside. It's almost like he's running a pro late model up against the super late model. Steen will pick up position number 4, relegating the 113 of Brenton West back to position 5, the 33 of Aaron Humble. In position 6, Anthony Bland, Kane Blair, Josh Harm, and Thomas Hunter are our 10 cars in this one. We go on board with Lachlan Smith. That's the 911 running in second spot at the moment. 2 to go. Make that 1.5 as we go down the back straight away. White flag is out for heat race number 2. Your leader, Cam Taylor. And as we've seen in heat race number 1, the guy on the pole got the jump over the field, although they go when the green flag is out. Heat 2 will belong to Cam Taylor. Lachlan Smith second. Dale Grow the third. Fourth goes back to Brenton West in the 113. He got back by Jared Steen. Steen will now be in a B main. Aaron Humble, Josh Harm up to 7th. Anthony Bland, Kane Blair, and Thomas Hunter are our 10 cars in heat race number 2. Heat 3 in just a moment. In fact, if we really wanted to, we could probably get a chat with our hit winners. Alright, heat number 3. The penultimate heat of the night, starting on the pole in car number 51, qualified third quick here this evening. It's Bob King. To his outside of the front row in the JR Productions and Media. Car number 5, it's James Rice. At a position 3 in the Transport Equipment Hire 07, it is Trent Gosley. To the outside in car number 88, starting at a position number 4, it's Brenton Hobson. At a position 5, in the 015, it is Darren Lord, and to his outside in car number 32, it's Callan Arthur. Inside row number 4, in car number 41, it is James Robbie. To the outside of the 38, at a position 8, it is Brayton Davison. At a position 9, in car number 31, it's Michael Crooks in car number 31, and at a position 10, it's Scott Butler. A reminder, no racing next week. We're off, but we will pick up the action for round 3 in 2 weeks' time. Bob King, James Rice, 10 on the board. Green flag is out, pace truck is in. There we go, green is out. We're underway, heat number 3. Rice getting a good jump on King into turns 1 and 2. Nearly 3 wide behind Bob King, your race leader. He gets to the top of the racetrack and the battle is on. Gosley on the inside of Rice. The left front is up in the air for majority of this race so far for the number 5 machine of James Rice. Left front is hiking right now. Here comes Gosley on the inside in turns 3 and 4. Keep an eye on Hobbo. Brenton Hobson in the 88 in position 4 and right on the bubble. The 015 of Darren Lord back there in position number 5. He's close to a transfer spot, but he's not close enough to make any sort of impact or a thought in the mind of the 88 of Brenton Hobson so far. 3 down, 7 to go. And it's Gosley and Hobson who are side by side at the moment in turns 1 and 2. Gosley's not been able to get off from the bottom side of the racetrack since the drop of the green flag. Lord now making a run on the top side in 3 and 4. Hobson, he gets the right rear off the cushion. And slingshot into turn number 1 and 2. Holding down third spot at the moment, but Gosley's going to continue to fight back on the inside. In turns 3 and 4, getting close. That left front, the left front fender getting close to that inside wall in 3 and 4. Here comes Darren Lord in the 015 on the outside. Gosley may have lost a little bit of speed just then in turns 1 and 2. Now it's taking him 5 3/4 of a lap to get to the top of the racetrack, and that's where everybody is at the moment. Bob King, your race leader. You're watching the 5 of James Rice in 2nd spot. He has been superb so far in qualifying and practice, and now transferring into the heat races. 3 to go. Hobson in 3rd. Now here we go. Battle is on for 4th and 5th. Hobson in 3rd. Gosley in 4th. And Lord, who was on the inside, was a little bit out of shape coming out of turn number 2 and lost about 2 to 3 car lengths down the back straight away. He's only got 1.5 to go, so he needs to go now if he wants to get a direct transfer into the main event. White flag is out for your race leader, Bob King, in car number 51. Rice in 2nd. We watch our race leader down the back straight away for the final time in heat race competition. Checkered flag is out for Bob King. He gets the job done. 2nd. Certainly the dark horse in this race, just team thrower. He comes home in 2nd. Brenton Hobson, Trent Gosley, our drivers who get a direct transfer. Darren Lord, James Robbie, Brayton Davison, Callan Arthur, and the rest of the guys that finished 9th and 10th will be in the B mains. Straight from, no, I'm not going to go there. Heat number 4, the final heat of the night. We got the 2 of Shannon Jordan starting on pole. He's outside in the 94. It is Brett Jr. Morris. At a position 3 in car number 95, it is Zach Masters. At a position number 4 in car number 39, it's Ryan Harris. Starting out of position 5 is the 25 of Nathan Clark, and out of position number 6 in car number 97, it's Danny Vassell. At a position 7 in car number 46, it's Matty Reid, who's outside in the 63, Scott Griffiths. At a position 9, the 500 of George Fullerton lines up alongside the 78 of John Schultz, and that rounds out the 10 cars in our final heat race of the night. Shannon Jordan, who showed tremendous speed last week at Eldora, having internet issues just before the main event, was unable to compete in this one. Starts on pole, once again showing a good speed here at Volusia. Zach Masters blinking in and out there. Here we go, final heat race of the night. 10 laps on the board. Pace truck is in, green flag is out. Cars get on the gas, and you just see the cars instantly lift up. Oh, Morris! 3 wide into 1 and 2, 4 wide, there we go! Almost making it 5 wide was Danny Vassell, but thought better of it. Masters into 2nd right now, looking at Clark on the inside in the 25, looking for 3rd. Rubbing door panels, we go into 1 and 2. Oh no, Harris gets turned by the 94, Brett Jr. Morris. And that gives Danny Vassell the 4th and final transfer spot, but he's got his teammate Matty Reid looking back on the inside. But as I say that, Griffiths in the 63 tags him up, and Reid is around. We look at our 3rd and 4th place cars at the moment. Masters in the 95 in 3rd. Clark in the 25 in position number 4. Sorry, that's 2nd and 3rd in fact. Oh, Clark a little tight through turns 1 and 2. Your race leader, Shannon Jordan. got that car working a treat at the moment, although a little bit tight going into corner number 3 just then. They get the 500 of George Fullerton just in front of them in turns 1 and 2. Here it is, battle for the 4th and final transfer spot. How about John Schultz? From the 5th row in tonight's heat race. He's avoided the wreck so far and he's now looking for a transfer spot directly into the main event tonight. On the inside of Vassal. Vassal, who started on the outside of the 3rd row. He's now got Schultz on the inside. Already past halfway home with 6 down and 4 to run. Schultz trying to make it work on the low side of the racetrack. Just losing speed coming off corner exits 2 and 4 is what's slowing that 78 down. Although he's got to run this time by for turn number 4. Man, that was close between the pair. It was about a 10th in it. Now here he goes, Schultz. He's got that car freed up just a little bit there in turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Masters to the inside looking for second. Your race leader, Jordison, with 2 to go. Nice and smooth so far out in front. And here we go, the battle for the 4th and final transfer spot. We know Shannon Jordan has got this one sewn up and wrapped up in the bag. Vassal still trying to fend off John Schultz in the 78. The white flag is out. We look at our race leader down the back straight away. Into 3 and 4 for the final time in heat racing competition. Shannon Jordan gets the win. Clark Masters, and at the line it's going to be Danny Vassal, who grabs 4th over John Schultz, Brett Jr. Morris, Scott Griffiths, Matt Reed, George Fullerton, and Ryan Harris. Well done to Shannon Jordan in the 2 car, who gets the job done. Heat racing action complete. We've already got 16 drivers locked in to the main event tonight. Now we've just got to get through 2 B mains, 12 laps of distance, and the top 2 from both B mains will go on through, and they will start this B main. The winner of this one will start 17th, second place will start 18th, and B main number 2, the winner will start 19th, and second place will start position number 20. Starting on the pole in the Gavin Sadler Racing car number 71, it's Gavin Sadler. He's outside in 015. It's Darren Lord out of position number 2. Out of position 3, in fact row 2 is the Gavin Sadler Racing row. On the inside it's the 99 of Dale Jordison. Out of position 4 it's the 41 of James Robbie. Out of position 5 in the 61 it's Bryce Kenyon. To the outside in the 38, it is Brayton Davison. At a position 7, the 21 of Troy Price lines up alongside the 32 of Callan Harper. Zach Calderwood in car 75 lines up on the inside of row number 5, and to the outside in the 16, it's Scott Butler. And riding shotgun at the back of this one. They were scheduled to have 12 cars in this one. Sanders not making the call out of 11th, and starting out of 12th will be the 31 of Michael Crooks. 12 laps, our last chance to get into the show, the main event that is. And as for the rest of the season, our main events are 41 laps in memory of Jason Johnson. We all know what happened. If you haven't heard, you've been living under a rock.
Green, green, green.
I'm sure there's someone out there who will tell you what happened. Here we go. Green flag is out. Gavin Sadler leads Jordison down into 1 and 2. Robbie got a horrible start on the outside of the 2nd row. And they are literally, and take a saying from Joe White, they are beating and banging on each other so far. Look at this. Your top 3, you can literally throw a blanket over them. Sadler on the high side. Jordison, your race leader, on the low side. Lord on the 015 trying to work over Gavin Sadler. Now James Robbie back to position 4. So it's 3 Gavin Sadler Racing cars sitting in 1st, 2nd and 4th. And unfortunately for one of these Gavin Sadler Racing teammates, one of them may miss out, 2 may miss out, or you never know. Lightning might strike 3 times. But I doubt it. But Dale Jordison, your race leader. Darren Lord in the 015, holding now position 2. He's got Sadler on his outside, looking to get around him. And then you got James Robbie on the inside. Oh no, Sadler hard into the wall. And that's his night and race done for. Oh, Jordison way out of shape. And we'll talk about Darren Lord. He got to the race lead on the outside in turns 1 and 2. But Jordison fights back on the low side. So we've seen the top side in the heat races. Now we've seen the bottom side working in the opening B main. A track so far that is providing multiple lines of racing here at Volusia Speedway Park. And right there on screen is your top 3. I'd like to go back and look through the rest of the field, but when you got the top 3 fighting it out for just 2 transfer spots, it's hard to look away from this one. Halfway home, 6 down, 6 to go. Robbie slides up in front of Lord and takes over second. And the bottom side right now, 32 of Callan up, who come from the 4th row, I think, in this one, up to position number 4. You've just seen the 71 of Gavin Sadler on the inside of back on pit road. His night is done for in the Super Late Models. You'll have another chance in the 360 Sprint Car Series that'll be up after the main event for the Super Late Models tonight. Lord, once again, trying to work back on the top side of the racetrack with Jordison and Robbie. Both were low in 1 and 2, and now Robbie, he's gone up top. 3 laps to go, 1.5 miles. Brayden Davison back there in position number 5. 6 is Bryce Kenyon, Michael Crooks, Troy Price is at Calderwood. There are 9 cars in this one, Butler and Sadler. No more, they are on pit road. Jordison leads with 2 to go. And all bar that little mistake and little hiccup off turn 4 that one time, it's almost been the perfect race so far. Look at Robbie trying to work that late model on the top of the racetrack. The white flag is out. If they can just hold for 4 more corners, we'll see both of those drivers in the main event for the Super Late Models. 3 and 4 for the final time. The 99 of Dale Jordison. He gets the win in B main number 1. Second will go to James Robbie, and he will continue on for this evening. However, Darren Lord, Callan Arthur, Brayden Davison, Bryce Kenyon, Michael Cooks, Troy Price, Zach Calderwood, Butler, Gavin Sadler, they will all be out of tonight's program for the Super Late Models. B main number 2 getting set on the racetrack right now. We'll have your order in just a moment's time. We're going to wait for a couple more drivers to get on the racetrack. In fact, starting on the pole in this one in car number 91, it's Jared Steen. At a position number 2 in the car 78, it is John Schultz. At a position 3 is going to be Aaron Humble in car number 33. At a position 4, it's the 94 of Brett Jr. Morris. Our third row was scheduled to be Josh Arm and Scott Griffiths. However, both drivers, I think, have called it a night early. So this will put Anthony Bland in car number 57 out of position number 5. At a position number 6 in the 46, it's Matthew Reed. At a position 7 in car number 27, it's Kane Blair. And at a position number 10, it's the 500 of George Fullerton. And our final row for tonight's B main, row number 5 on the inside in car number 17, it's Thomas Hunter. And starting out of position 12 in car number 39, it's Ryan Harris. Our final B main of the night before we get set into the main event. I believe we'll have a couple of minutes break in between the B main and the A main. Then we'll get set into a 41 lap feature event for the Super Late Model. Jared Steen, John Schultz, Aaron Humble, Brett Jr. Morris. Green flag is out. 12 on the board. Top 2. We'll start position 19 and 20. Through 1 and 2. Everyone looks a-okay. Junior Morris up to position 3. Humble up to position number 4. Fullerton now trying to make it work on the top of the racetrack. Brett Junior Morris making it work on the top through turns 1 and 2. John Schultz gets a little tight. Almost takes the front bumper off the number 94. Schultz tight in 3 and 4. Oh, 3 wide. How come? Humble Brett Junior Morris on the inside of Schultz. And 3 wide into turns 1 and 2 we go. Morris on the top side. Humble on the low side. On the inside of John Schultz, and they're 3 wide again for a little bit through turns 3 and 4. Jared Steen, your race leader, 3 down, 9 to go. In the final B-mate of that, oh, Humble gets the inside wall. He's going to lose a spot, and look at Morris to the outside. He's got the top side working. And there we go, the 94 to the race lead. But the 91 of Jared Steen says, not so fast. At the line, it was a little bit over a 10th. 0.121 of a second. Morris has the race lead, and here comes Schultz on the outside, looking to pick up second spot. If I'm Steen, I want to get to the top side as quick as I can. As I say that, he goes to the top. Matty Reid looks to the inside as Schultz went to the low side in 1 and 2. Through the middle of turns 3 and 4, just getting the right rear just above that slick racing line. 6 down, 6 to go. Fullerton going to pull to the inside. Fullerton's night is done for, letting the leaders go on by the cars on the lead lap. Battle for the race lead, and this is like what Steen needs right now if he's going to have any sort of chance to get into the main event tonight. Schultz and Morris, they need to race each other side by side and allow the 91 to catch up. But at the moment, I just don't see it happening. Schultz getting a little closer to the 94 of Morris. Schultz need to be careful of that inside wall too. Oh, Matty Reid a little tight as Humble goes on by. That's the 4th spot on the racetrack. And here comes the 27 of Kane Blair. Humble shot from the bottom, from the top to the bottom. Harris is trying to make something work in the 39 as well. He started position 10. He's up to 7th, but the battle on for 2nd. And the race lead right now, Brett Junior Morris has it by 0.029, so 0.03 of a second. And Schultz is making this work. And if this is what we're seeing in the B main, well, I can't wait for the main event to come up shortly as the white flag flies here in B main number 2. And I believe it may have just gone to Schultz. No. Morris had it by 4/1000ths of a second, and that was tight. Into 3 and 4 for the final time, the next 2 drivers, and the final 2 drivers in the main event. Brett Junior Morris with the win. Second will go to John Schultz in the 78. Unfortunately for Jared Steen, Aaron Humble, Kane Blair, Matty Reid, Ryan Harris, Anthony Blair, Thomas Hunter, George Fullerton, Josh Hunt, Scott Griffiths. Their nights are done for. Well done to Brett Junior Morris in the 94 for B main. In fact, 30 laps for the Super Late Models. It'll be 41 laps for the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. And no break in between. We're going to go straight into the main event. 20 cars in this one. Take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole and coming on, it's Joel Berkeley to his outside, the 6 of Cam Taylor.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Out of position 3, the 51 of Bob King lines up alongside the 2 of Shannon Jordan. Out of position 4. Out of position 5, that's the 3 of Lewis Hewitt lining up alongside the 911 of Lachlan Smith. James Rice out of position 7 in car number 5. Lines up alongside the 25 of Nathan Clark. At a position 9, the 12 of Jock Goodyear lines up alongside the 24 of Dale Grover. Brendan Holson out of position number 11 in the 88. Zach Masters in the 95 out of position number 12. Out of position 13 is the 66 of Harry Edwards lining up alongside the 113 of Brenton West. The 07 of Trent Gosley lines up out of position 15. Danny Vassell in the 97 starts 16. Dale Jordison in the 99 starts 17. James Robbie out of 18. Brett Jr. Morris out of 19. And John Schultz rounds out the top 20. Here we go. 30 laps on the board. Round number 2 of the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models here in Volusia. Let's get dirty for 30. Green flag is out. Guys are hard on the gas already. Berkeley leads into 1 and 2. Taylor 3 wide for second right now. King, Jordison and Hewitt make contact. They all keep it going. Rice now on the inside of Hewitt into turn number 3 and 4. Smith now up to position number 5 and looking to get by his teammate in the 51. That's Bob King, but Shannon Jordan in 4th right now. Oh, caution flag flies. Caution on the racetrack. We've got the 97 around. Let's take a look at Colby's iPads instant replay. See if we can pick up what happened. Oh, the 113 getting the 66 of Edwards there. Well, Edwards getting a bit of a helping hand from the 113 of Brenton West. So Edwards the first yellow of tonight. Now a reminder, yellow flag laps count at the moment. Lights are still flashing on the pace truck, so the drivers are on 2 to green at the moment. So when we get the green flag, it'll be 5 laps complete and 25 remain. 30 laps here for the Super Late Models, the Australian Speedway League, right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Check us out on YouTube as well. Just go to youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll have all the coverage from tonight's racing uploaded to our channel by tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button on YouTube, and you can make sure you hit the like button on Facebook if you haven't already. Go to facebook.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. It's all on the left hand side of your screen. Lights are out on the iRacing official pace truck. Berkeley, as he's done so, I believe, for the entire Super Late Model series, he's led every lap of the feature. I don't think he has been beaten so far. I don't think he's ran second in any laps of the feature or heat races. And green flag is back out. Single file restart, so it's going to be interesting to see where drivers go. Try and look to see how they all go through turns 1 and 2. 2 and almost 3 wide racing at the back here. We go back towards our leaders right now. The 9 and the 6. Berkeley in the 9, out in front. Cam Taylor in 2nd. Bob King in 3rd. 4th is Shannon Jordan. Then you go back to Lachlan Smith, who's now been pressured on the inside by the 3 of Lewis Hewitt. Great side-by-side battle here between now, make that 2, now 3 cars. Oh, classy move there from Smith. He got into the side of Jordan and he backed out of it. And whoa, look at that, Berkeley. He is back to 3rd. I wonder what happened. Maybe a bit of contact from Taylor. Either that or he's just smacked the outside wall. You can see the spoiler on that 9 machine on the right-hand side. It is beaten. It is certainly banged up. And now King and Berkeley side by side into 1 and 2 we go. Hewitt up to P4 and Berkeley roll on the bottom side of the racetrack. Berkeley trying to come back after your race leader Cam Taylor. Now look at this battle. It's SSR, TTL, SSR, TTL, SSR. Our top 5. Berkeley trying to come back on the inside of Cam Taylor. Here is King, our top 4, nose to tail through turns 3 and 4. Berkeley's car is bouncing on the entry into turn number 1 and 2. He's now back to the inside of Cam Taylor, side by side for the race lead. Taylor through the middle, Berkeley on the low side. How about King and Hewitt? They're going at it as well. That's your top 4 just on the screen right there. And now Berkeley to the lead into turn 3. But out of turn 4, Cam Taylor's got the run from that cushion on the entry into turn number 3. And he regains the race lead at the front straightaway. This battle for first and second and then third and fourth just goes to show you these are the 2 of Australia's best dirt teams we have at the moment. The best drivers in the country, no doubt about it. Taylor alongside Berkeley. Taylor is making it work on the top side. In fact, through the middle, yellow is out. Oh, we got the 41 of James Robbie around on the entry to turn number 1. In fact, on the front straightaway. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay. It started a little back on the back straightaway. Oh, Masters got out of shape. And then Masters and Robbie had contact down the back straightaway. Wait for the car to come back. And then he gets a little out of shape. And got Harry Edwards as well. In fact, no, it was actually Dale Grow that he tagged. That might have been Edwards, and then Grother and Edwards came together. I think there was a lot of carnage in that one. Edwards still able to circulate on the racetrack. In fact, 19 of our 20 starters are still on the racetrack. So we've just gone past the halfway stage in tonight's main event. For the Super Late models, we'll go green next time by out of turn number 4. And we'll have 12 laps to go, so essentially 18 complete. Just the 2 yellows here so far at Volusia for the Super Late models. I think we only seen 2 at Eldora, maybe 3 last week, so I mean, hats off to all these drivers who have been able to put on a great show for the fans, not only last week, but also this week as well. And I can't wait for the 360s to come with the inversion of 32. We see the fastest qualifiers come from row 4. And last week we seen all 4 heat race winners come from that 8th starting spot, which were the top 4 fastest in qualifiers. We'll get to that one shortly. Green flag is back out and we're underway as Cam Taylor leads into 1 and 2 again. Berkeley, Bob King, Lewis Stewart, and Lachlan Smith, and then Jock Goodyear in position 6. Shannon Jordan, James Rice in 8th, Nathan Clark and Brendan Hobson. $11 to go in the main event. And now Taylor once again, as he's done so throughout the night, he's just getting the right rear on the cushion on the entry to turn number 3, and he's able to get a good run like the slingshot. And that car is hooked up, no doubt about it. Cam Taylor in the 6th, looking to pick up his first win of the season. Berkeley looking to go 2 for 2. As Bob King got something late in the race. Lewis Hewitt, Jock Goodyear now up to position 5. Putting Lachlan Smith back to 6. He's now got Jordison and James Rice behind him. Brendan Hobson, Trent Gosley rounds out the top 10. 8 to go, so we are already less than a heat race distance from being completed here in round number 2 of the Australian Speedway League Super Late Models. Taylor, your race leader, runs the top pretty much the entire way round through the racetrack, and there it is on the bottom through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Now Hewitt is going to the outside, and well, he's looking for 3rd spot, looking for a podium here. Maybe trying to emulate what Cam Taylor has done throughout the night. And here comes Jock Goodyear as well. This is a great battle for the final spot on the podium. King and Hewitt side by side, and Berkeley to the inside of Cam Taylor. He can't get the run off turn number 2. Hewitt up to third, and look at Jock Goodyear. Literally going through the middle, trying to split the gap for third and fourth as he sits in position number 5. This racetrack right now, top, bottom, middle, it is fast all the way around. Hewitt got a great run on Berkeley going on the entry to turn number 3, and he had to get off the gas, and you just see the 3 car got a little tight in the middle of turns 3 and 4. 4 laps to go. Cam Taylor, he's now less than 2 miles from finding victory lane. They've got lap car of Danny Vassell, who gets to the infield. Well done, Danny. This is getting interesting right now. King has fallen back to 5th. Goodyear up to P4. I get the feeling we are going to have a 3-wide battle here in a moment in the final stages of this one. We've certainly got a 3-car battle right now because Hewitt, he's following the line that Cam Taylor's running. Berkeley's on the inside. He's trying to find the moisture off for turn number 2. But Taylor and Hewitt, they get the cushion to that ledge into turns 3, and they get a run. The white flag is out this time by 4 turns to go for your race leader, Cam Taylor, through the middle of 1 and 2. Here comes Goodyear on the inside of Hewitt into 3 and 4 for the final time. Cam Taylor in the 6 is going to get it done. Berkeley had one last chance at him. Man, what a race that was. Cam Taylor picking up the win. Let's take a look at our Setting Group Holdings finishing results. So Cam Taylor in the 6 gets the job done, leads 23 of the 30 laps, and he will find victory lane. Joel Berkeley in car number 9 will come home in 2nd. 3rd is going to be Lewis Hewitt. Jock Goodyear in 4th. 5th, there's going to be Bob King, and we're missing the donuts here. Lachlan Smith, Shannon Jordan, Brenton Hobson, James Rice, Trent Gosley. In 10th, we go over the page, Brenton West, Nathan Clark, Brett Jr. Morris, John Schultz, Zach Masters, Dale Jordison, James Robbie, Harry Edwards, Danny Vassell, and Dale Groyler. So just 2 cars didn't finish that one, and we'll have a look at our replay here for the donuts from the winner. And in fact, we'll have a chat with our top 3 here in just a moment. Just going to get a few things sorted here. And we'll chat with our 3rd place driver, Lewis Hill. Lewis, congratulations. Man, that was it looked like a fun racetrack out there tonight.
Yeah, that was a really great track, I think. People had the top working, the bottom working, and I found something in the middle. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun, I think. Yeah.
And talk about those last sort of 5 to 6 laps. I mean, it looked like you were trying to follow the race leader, Cam Taylor, who actually had that top side working, got around Bob King, and then you almost had a shot at Berkeley on that last lap. You actually had 2 shots at him, but you got tight going into 3 and 4 that one time.
Yeah, exactly. I somehow I found something in the middle there, and I felt like I was catching him. But yeah, it was great racing up front, and yeah, I think I got into 1 and 2 once I got a little bit tight, and Joel got away, and almost lost it to Jock in the end. But yeah, it was great racing.
Well, it's 2 weeks in a row. We've seen some fantastic racing in the Super Late Models. Are you excited for the 360s to see what they can do here at Volusia?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I did a race here earlier today, and Volusia seems to be putting on some good racing. So definitely excited for that.
All right, well done on a 3rd. But before we let you get out of here, I need to thank some sponsors.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, just want to thank TCL Esports for all their help and support. Among the last sponsors, we've got Ash Media, Down Under Graphics, Hyper Stimulators, Ultimate Dirt TV, Tie Designs, and Harm Tune Suspension.
All right, that was Lewis Hewitt home in 3rd place. Home in 2nd place tonight, the number 9 is Joel Berkeley. Joel, congratulations on a 2nd. I guess one little mistake cost you the race or the win, but nonetheless, still a great race between you and Cam.
Yeah, one little mistake cost me being the car in front and controlling, but hey, how good was that race? Like, yeah, that was epic to race with everyone there. It was, yeah, everyone raced each other clean, and what a race it put on.
you tried that bottom for the majority of that race. At any stage, with Cam on the top side, did you think that maybe you should try and follow him for a couple laps, or were you just happy trying to run the bottom and trying to clear him out of those corners?
I was trying to run the bottom, especially 1 and 2, like early on in the race. Once I fell back to third, I think I passed Bob on the bottom out of turn 2. There was a fair bit of grip there out of turn 2 on the bottom, and I thought I'll give that a go and try and reel Cam in, which me and him, I was there the whole race with him, but I don't think it just missed that little bit extra. I probably a little bit of driving error there would have changed it, but yeah, epic race.
Your car seemed to look like it was handling fine. I mean, the setup looked on point. Was there anything now that looking back that you could have done differently, or maybe something that was in the race that maybe you could have changed something up earlier that could have had a different result?
I probably would have taken a little bit more stagger out if I could have, or if I thought of it beforehand, like afterwards, and would have probably tried to work on something to get through the bumps on the front straight a little bit better. That was my biggest struggle. That's where I threw it away. But yeah, and that credits Cam. He was just as fast as me the whole race anyway.
All right. Well, look, well done on a second place here. But before we let you get out of here, why don't you take the mic and thank the people who makes it all happen for you?
Thanks, Brett. Hopefully the 360s are just as good. But yeah, massive thanks to the guys at TTL Esports, Ashmead Speedway Footage, Hyper Stimulator, Ultimate Dirt TV, down to Graphic Star Designs, everyone that helps out, and credit to Iris and for finally getting something in the right way by the looks of it. So credit to them. It's looking good so far.
All right, there we have it. Joel Berkeley home in second place, but home with the win tonight, leading 23 of 30 laps. He only needed the one mistake to pass, and he makes it work. Cam Taylor, congratulations on the win. Man, you must be thrilled about picking up a win here at Volusia.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, especially against the sort of competition, the likes of Joel and TDL and that. So, yeah, very happy to get Synergy Sim Racing up on the podium.
And talk about that race. I mean, you just had, especially going into 3, that right rear tyre just off that ledge and just a rocket ship launching into 3. I mean, talk about what it was like to try and hit that every lap consistently.
Yeah, it's pretty daunting because you know that you've got someone like Joel in behind just waiting for a mistake. So to be fast and try to be consistent and also to not leave any gaps is pretty concentrating, pretty draining.
He was there for majority of that race on the inside. Were you thinking to maybe go down low to try and take the line away from him at any stage during that race, or were you just happy trying to hit your marks on the top side?
I was happy on the top side because I could tell the strong points of where I was and the strong points of Joel. So I focused on the top and just made sure I tried to stay consistent and pull away in the bits that I needed to, and it sort of maintained a better overall lap than staying on the inside and covering.
Well, you lead 23 of the 30 laps, so a good result for you and the team tonight. But before we let you go celebrate with the team, why don't you thank the people that make it all happen for you?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Synergy Sim Racing, all our sponsors that sponsor the team, Hobbo and Bob, Lockie for all their input with the setups and that. It's definitely a good bunch of blokes to be with, and I'm just stoked to put it on the podium for the team.
Well, next question before we let you get out of it: are you going to be running the 360s?
Then things with wings, I'm not very good with. I tend to fall over a lot in them, so I'll stay out.
All right, bud. Well, look, we'll see you back in 2 weeks' time because we're off next week. So go celebrate with the team, and well done on the victory here tonight, bud.
Yeah, cheers, mate, and thank you for the broadcast,
No worries. So we have it, Cam Taylor, who takes out round number 2 of the series. And now we get set for the 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. We can tell you that in memory of Jason Johnson, all feature races for the 360 Winged Sprint Car Series from here on out for the rest of the season will be 41 laps in memory of the Raging Cajun. That will do it for the Super Late Models. Now, we're going to shut this stream down. Important, we shut this stream down. We open up a new stream for the Sprint Cars. We'll have that in about 13 or 14 minutes time, so make sure you stick around for that. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button on Facebook. You can even follow us on Facebook. You can head over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV. Hit the subscribe button. We'll have all of our races uploaded to YouTube as of 2 weeks from tonight we'll have a dual stream going to YouTube and Facebook as well. So you can watch it in 1080 or 720 on Facebook, whichever you like. Until we get the graphics card later this week, we can't really do anything with it. Big thanks to the sponsors that make it all happen possible here. The Australian Speedway League, for not only giving Ultimate Dirt TV the chance to cover the races for over the next 11 weeks of the series, but also for the running the super late models tonight. WP Concreting for hosting the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series, which you'll see up next. 1RC Midgets, who I think we'll see them in about 4 weeks' time. Check the schedule out on the Australian Speedway League. Head over to the Australian Speedway League on Facebook as well. You can check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook, bringing you the replays from this evening as well. And of course, City Group Holdings for the starting grid and finishing results here. You can check them on the web at www.cedi.com. That's CEDI. It's not goodbye, it's we'll see you shortly. Back for the WP Concrete 360 Wing Sprint Car Series live from Volusia Speedway Park. We'll take a break and we'll see you there.